And tonight we begin with breaking news that's just happened within the last hour or so down in Bloomington as a car hits people at the end of the protest there tonight in Monroe County. And a warning, this video is jarring to see. Here it is. This is what happened. You can see that car speed off with a woman still on the hood of that car. Those protesters were in Bloomington for several hours tonight demanding justice after a video went viral of an attack at Lake Monroe over the weekend. Tonight, the Indiana Department of Natural Resources and Monroe County Prosecutor's Office are investigating that attack, and now more questions in the wake of this incident after the protest tonight.
And like you said, Dan, this is still developing as we speak. We are all over this tonight. The initial attack at Lake Monroe was caught on video, shared to Facebook. It is still being talked about nationwide. It now has more than 4 million views.
But again, the new information we're just getting tonight is about what happened at the end of that protest. Fox 59's Brett Cast was there earlier this evening. And Brett, you have some new information on the dramatic incident that happened as that protest concluded tonight.
Yeah, that's right, Dan. A majority of the day, it was extremely peaceful. We had been down there throughout Bloomington as protesters were walking around the streets. They had kneeled at some intersections like many other protests that we had seen. And I just got off the phone with someone who was there, one of the protesters we had been speaking with. He says as the protest was wrapping up in front of the courthouse, protest organizers then said that a red car drove through the protest, ramming two people. Two people ended up on the hood of the car. The driver then hit the accelerator as they turned around a corner, and that sent people flying off the car. Now, that same person tells me that a female was then transported to the hospital after falling off that car. We are still working to get more information on her condition or if that driver has been tracked down. Meanwhile, as we said, we were there earlier today where protesters had said they were angry that charges still had been not filed in this case, but they also say these protests are a continuation of other protests that have been happening for months.
On the steps of the Monroe County Courthouse, a few hundred people showed up to demand justice for Vox Booker, a Bloomington man who says he was attacked and threatened near Lake Monroe over the weekend.
It was that moment, Willie, a white lady that had heard the commotion and had came to intervene, yelled, "Don't kill him."
Vox shared videos of the encounter on Facebook. One of them appears to show a group of white men holding him up against a tree. That video has been viewed more than 4 million times.
While I was pinned down and these men were on top of me asking for a noose, they literally said the term noose. They yelled, leave the boy with us. I wasn't even a man, I was a boy.
Caleb Poor was one of those people who saw the video.
We need the American people to understand that this country is not moving in the right direction. And if we don't come together and if we don't stomp out racism, then we're going to be back to where we were when it was real bad.
The DNR says they are investigating, but so far no charges have been filed and no arrests were made, something protesters want to see happen quickly.
We want justice, we want restitution.
Booker says he has never experienced a situation like this. He wants more action to be taken, but is thankful for those who took action near the lake.
I think the reason why I'm here today is because folks stopped being bystanders and they became active participants. We saw these people weren't only filming my attack, that they were acting to stop these gentlemen. And I hope that we continue to see that movement grow throughout our nation.
Now, protesters also want the DNR officers who responded to the incident to be punished for not arresting the men seen in the video. The names of the men in that video have been shared online, but we have not been able to confirm their identities right now. We have attempted to reach out. Here in the newsroom, I'm Brett Cast, Fox 59 News.
And again, still awaiting information on the situation after the protest tonight and the driver involved there.